My name is Jodi. I was diagnosed with PCOS and I am 1 in 10. I was diagnosed with PCOS between 28 and 31 years old. At the time, I remember my symptoms to be excessive weight gain, heavy or longer than normal periods, cysts on my ovaries, and difficulty regulating sugar. At the time I was diagnosed, I was wondering if I had caused anything for the PCOS to manifest. I remember not knowing anyone else with it, and I remember feeling like I had just this mountain to face. I didn't know of any extra support at the time other than my gynecologist and family. There are so many stages I've been through. In my daily life, I've had to remember and accept that this is real. I remember asking my gynecologist continuously if it would go away. I have had to, over the years, be more attentive to what I eat and how and when I exercise. I couldn't just eat anything I wanted anymore. And also, I had to put more effort into facing each day with this issue that I realized wouldn't go away. I've been through different stages of dealing and fallen off of dealing with it. I have had several frustrating periods, wondering if the weight would ever come off, seeing people, friends, co-workers go to gyms easily, drop the weight, and I was always like, what about me? You know, every day was an uphill effort to remember this, remember that about my body, as if it wasn't enough difficulties already. I've had to be deliberate in just caring for myself mentally and physically. I've been through different health programs, different diets, cut out different things, put back in different things. So it's a road that I will have to accept to endure for the rest of my life. A few years ago, I found out that 2 extended family members were dealing with similar reproductive health issues. In the past 2 to 3 years, I have found 2 friends with PCOS, and so sometimes we compare notes on how to deal with it. When I was just diagnosed, I was placed on birth control to help regulate my hormones. That did well for a while. I was also placed on metformin for a couple months, which also assisted at the time, but it was only experimental. The birth control was more long-term. I continued with it until I had additional concerns about my fertility. I came off it. However, I realized that I had side effects from the birth control I was using, along with other things. At the current moment, I have been going to a nutritionist, so I am working on diet along with exercise. I have been recommended to take a chromium supplement because PCOS also comes with metabolic issues. So that has been assisting somewhat in regulation of sugar. Right now, I focus on limiting carbohydrates to a degree and increasing good fats. There are good and bad fats, and also increasing protein intake. At the moment, for exercise, I do like dancing, but in COVID, I have not really been taking any dance classes locally due to COVID. So I have been doing videos on YouTube and also exercising around my community and also skipping. I've gotten the most information from internet searches and also from YouTube videos. Presently, I like this channel called Gauge Girl Training. She talks about a lot about insulin resistance, about diets for different body type, about general women's health. It's really good, and she explains some things very well. Currently, I still watch that Gauge Girl training channel. I am trying to up my exercise. Right now, I'm doing mostly skipping, walking, and YouTube videos. There are two channels that I like to follow right now. They're called Move with Nicole and Fitness Blender. Otherwise, as I said, I am trying to increase protein, decrease carbohydrates, all types of carbohydrates, and increase intake of vegetables and water. Apart from that, I try to not think about what hasn't happened with me yet or how I haven't succeeded yet, but at the successes I have had, and try to encourage myself along. So it is important to go to professionals. Sometimes, yes, there are costs. However, sometimes if you don't go to the professional, it will cost you more in the long run to correct all the errors that were there that you didn't know about. So, a lot of times, friends, associates, people who I knew would say, Jodi, you need to do this. Jodi, you need to do that. However, going to professionals actually helps with one, understanding what exactly you are facing. If you're in your 20s or 30s, it is good to go to a gynae who is in that same age range so you can grow older with them. Two, it is also necessary to take some time to register what you are actually dealing with. You won't be able to accept everything at first. It took a while for me too. And it is important to have support, counting on the support that you already have. Maybe have close friends, maybe have one close friend. Maybe your doctor can turn into a friend. Maybe you have a church, maybe you have one person at church that you could talk with. Maybe you already have a therapist or a counselor. You can also reach out to that person. But online, also, there are specific pages, Facebook pages, Instagram pages. There are different groups that you can reach out for assistance. Since being diagnosed, I've taken different avenues for support and for treatment, but there's no one size fits all for everybody. It depends on several different factors, what you're experiencing in life, how much you're able to handle, at the mental place that you're in. That's very important because everything has to come from the mental. If you're not mentally ready to deal with something, then it definitely will be a chore. So it's important to find out what works for you. And also with that, just push yourself to continue on the journey of accepting you as a whole person.